So a defensive player has finally been drafted. Hey, it's an offensive league, so I guess, teams are paying attention to that. But one way to, pay attention to it being an offensive league is find a way to stop the opponent's offense by having a good defense. The best offense is the good defense, and vice versa, whatever. Laiatu Latu being the first player to go is going to be controversial to some and not controversial to others. I like this move by the Colts to go out and get Laiatu Latu. I think he's a really good player, and in the film, I'm going to show you why. But before we even get into that, I want to talk about just his analytics are great. Like wins so consistently is what you like about him. And so while we'll get into the film and talk about the just seeing his wins and how impressive they are, it's a lot more than just that. There is gonna be a lot of his just him being able to win so consistently when you watch it on film is very impressive. Now, again, could the Colts have gone corner? Sure. Maybe you could argue there's bigger positions of need and all of that. But again, it also is worth mentioning, some people were not as crazy about Latu as I am. I had him at number 10 on my big board. A lot of people had Dallas Turner as a projected top 10 pick. He is still on the board. So a lot of people don't even have Latu as their edge rusher number 1. But for me, I really like this move. I think it's a smart decision because you're getting a good player, and I don't know. I mean, the Colts, it's not like they couldn't use an edge rusher. It's not like that's we're good there. So kind of a move that is one of those things, leading up to the draft, I didn't see on any mock drafts, and then the second it happens, I'm like, yeah, makes perfect sense. Totally a good move by the Colts, and I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, big fan of this selection. But let me kind of shift gears now. Let's finally get into the film and talk about what he can bring to the table for the Colts. Let's start off with this play, where I'm actually going to show a decent amount of interior defensive line play from him. He would do both. Definitely, you feel him as an edge rusher, and even when you watch him on the inside, he feels like an inside, he feels like an edge rusher playing on the inside. See right here, going up one-on-one against the right guard. When this play begins, you're going to see that right here, it's really his hands that allow him to be so successful. Again, pass rushing is a technique sport. It is. Yes, physicality and speed and, athleticism, all of that good stuff comes into play. But really, first and foremost, you need to have the technique. There's plenty of guys who are incredible athletes who aren't good NFL players. It's because they don't have the technique. You see here, though, getting that right hand kind of on the left, almost gets to the helmet area, but kind of on the shoulder pad area of that, offensive lineman. And then watch him kind of just shove him aside and is able to get to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams then shows why he's getting drafted first overall by being able to do that kind of stuff. But, again, the ability to quickly get towards the quarterback is obviously very important, and to use the hands, that's usually the best way you can do it. Unless you're going to be able to just overpower guys, which basically no one does. Every now and then people do, but unless you're going to just purely build a bull rush all day, which barely anyone does, you're going to need to be able to use your hands to get to the quarterback, and that is what Laiatu Latu can do. Like this plays another example where you see where he is on the field right here, but it's going to be a bit of a unique blocking situation where watch what happens. First, again, you see the hands to get towards the tackle very quickly, but due to a blitz, the tackle is kind of moving off and looking towards somebody else. The guard is now trying to get over and block Latu, and I'll be honest, this wasn't exactly great by USC in my opinion. I think they could have maybe done a little bit better here. But watch how when the guard gets to him, he barely even moves Laiatu Latu. Again, Caleb Williams doing Caleb Williams type things, and maybe you could look at that as a negative, but I didn't really see him have an issue with bringing quarterbacks down throughout his time in college. I saw Caleb Williams being really good at getting around pressure, so I wouldn't really get too mad at Latu for not being able to make the play. And again, your job really as a pass rusher is sure to bring the quarterback down, but it's really to disrupt the quarterback, make things hard on the quarterback. And when you're forcing Caleb Williams to have to scramble around like that, it's certainly a good thing. Going over here, so it's once again the right guard who's going to be blocking Latu one-on-one. And again, watch Latu's hands on this play. Look at how ferocious he is here and how he gets that left arm over the right arm of the right guard to the point where, that arm is very important. For the guard, you want to be able to use it to try and block Latu and get the pressure, but because Latu has his arm where it is, it's essentially taking the right guard's right arm out of the play, And when that's out of play, what are you supposed to do? Here, nothing. You can't get any power there, and Latu, once again, is able to disrupt the play until Caleb Williams is able to make Caleb Williams magic happen. So the quick ability to, this has kind of turned into a Caleb Williams film study too a little bit in his pocket presence. Hey, that's very good. But again, his ability to use his hands so well is, really impressive. And also something like this, where once again, it's going to be that one-on-one matchup against a right guard, and let's see what happens. Here, it's going to be a little different as the guard, gets his right arm extended, but Latu has a long enough reach that he's still kind of, again, that right hand isn't really where it wants to be. It is a little bit, but it's not exactly where it wants to be, and Latu, again, is attacking the right guard's right arm. He is able to get it out of the way, quickly rushes over, and this time finally gets his sack. So this film study has a happy ending as Latu is able to get over and make the play on Caleb Williams. So, this is what he does. And when you watch his film, he's consistently doing this. And, really, he checks every box. He has several different ways he can win in pass rush. His hands are certainly the best asset, and he's just a smart player who knows how to get to the quarterback, which is really important. I definitely think that sometimes people, we want someone who's just the best athlete possible. That's sometimes what people want. And Latu is a very good athlete. There's no denying that. But athleticism, all it does is help you get to the quarterback. And if one guy is getting to the quarterback more than the other guy, I don't care if most of the, how exactly you're doing it. I just care what you're doing. And there's a lot of evidence to show that, if you're just someone who consistently wins at the college level, then you're more likely to become someone who consistently wins at the NFL level. So that's why I would certainly bet on Latu succeeding at the NFL level. But yeah, those are my thoughts on him as a player. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate that. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button or just click on the channel itself. I will be covering every little detail about this draft. So, if there's anything you're interested in, I'm sure I have a video about it. Make sure you check that out. Also, if you like movies, make sure you check out my movie channel. The link is in the description for that. Have a lot of fun stuff on there, some movie reviews, some tier lists, stuff like that. And also, if you want to just hear more of my general thoughts, follow me on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it. Link is in the description for that as well. And once again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it.